Yes. Mr. Timothy Leroy Lincecum, the freak. And whether you call him that because of his astounding 5'11", 170 gracious pounds that the San Francisco Giants staff gave him, or the fact that he was able to generate some straight gas from his insane windup and mechanics, and with that disgusting changeup, that filthy splitter, and that horrendously disgusting curveball, Tim Lincecum was the man, the freak, the myth, the legend of my generation. He was the absolute best in his prime in the majors. You see, from an early age into my preteen into early teen years, Tim Lincecum was the guy. He was the standard in the majors for a good 3 to 4 years. The man won 2 Cy Youngs, a couple no-hitters, 3 world championships. He was the standard before there was any standard for my generation. The Pedro Martinez, if you will. It's just such a shame that a career that got off to such a hot start like Tim's did faded and fizzled, and then he was out of league by 2016. It's just such a shame. But I'm not here today to talk about that. I'm not here today to say what could have been, because there's so many videos on YouTube and on the internet like that you can go watch those. I'm here today to give some praise, some thanks to a guy that could have been, by my standards, a top 20 pitcher of all time. He had the stuff. He was so unhittable in his prime that he had that kind of stuff that he could have been a top 20 pitcher of all time. So today, I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy these 3 games that I'm about to show y'all. This shows why Tim was one of the most dominant pitchers that I had ever seen, and why he is one of my top 3 favorite pitchers of all time. Enjoy, guys. June 25th, 2014. What a year, what a week for baseball. Just earlier that week, 8 days earlier, Clayton Kershaw threw his first career no-hitter, and 8 days later, Clayton Kershaw's friend and his one-time Sports Illustrated cover buddy, Tim Lincecum, throws his second career no-hitter against the Padres yet again, which he had a no-hitter previous year against them as well. There's not really much of a difference in the dominance that he showed in those 2 no-hitters, except for the fact that this one right here, he put out 14 guys with a chain alone. And that's right, I said that. 14 putouts with 1 pitch in a game. Usually you have a mixture of 2 or 3 pitches where you'll get 7, 6, 3, 4, whatever the case may be, but not this game. Tim trusted his changeup, and it delivered. Also, I want to give a little bit of love to their catcher at the time, Hector Sanchez, who was absolutely calling a phenomenal game. Every single out that Tim recorded with that changeup, Hector called at the plate, and Tim would agree with, and that's all she wrote for them.
Towards left center with Blanco in center.
Blanco on the move. Side retired. Lincecum is going to go to the 9th inning without allowing anything more than a walk in this game. And they are on their feet here at AT&T Park for the little guy that they adore. 4-0 Giants. Denorfia. 1 down in the 9th. And the 3-2 pitch. On the ground, Lincecum's got it. 2 down in the 9th.
And now Lincecum's in the driver's seat, 1-2.
He looks into Hector Sanchez. On the ground to Panic. Panic to Posey. And Lincecum has done it again. He has no hit the San Diego Padres for the 2nd time in 2 years.
Game 5, 2010 World Series. The San Francisco Giants versus the Texas Rangers. And the Giants win this. They're world champions, baby. And unfortunately, it was against the Texas Rangers, who I were rooting for at the time. And I was a big Udaras fan. I was a big Josh Hamilton fan. And to me at the time, it was a heartbreak. But looking back on it now, as a fan of baseball, one of the best pitching performances I've ever seen. And who else do you send to go out there against Cliff Lee and that star-studded lineup of, like I said, Josh Hamilton, Elvis Andrus, and Nelson Cruz? Then your own guy, your ace, and one of the best at the time, actually the best pitcher at the time, Timothy Leroy Lincecum, the freak. And let me tell you something. When I say this was one of the best pitching performances in a World Series I've ever seen, I mean it. The man struck out 10 Rangers. He allowed 2 walks, 3 hits, and 1 solo home run. And at one point, it did look like the Giants were going to get shut out that game, but Cliff Lee allowed a 3-run home run late in the game, and that was all she wrote. Tim went 8 innings, like I said, 10 Ks, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and that was it. They're World Series champions, baby. Like I said, one of the most dominating, most unexpected, most absolutely all-dropping performances I've ever seen in a World Series. And to this day, it's still one of the top 3 pitching performances I've ever seen in the World Series.
Lincecum is just having fun. The underhand toss, and we go to the 6th. Guerrero chases it. A strikeout for out number 1. Certainly down the stretch. Here's Cruz hitting one in the air to left. Back at the wall. It's 3-1. Nelson Cruz goes deep in the 7th. Number 6 this postseason. The 2-2. A strikeout of Murphy on a changeup. Molina strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lincecum. He has 9 on the night. To a 4th in his 8th. A strikeout of Moreland, 1 away. To the third baseman, Uribe. The throw across is perfect. And the Giants are 1 inning away. We go to the 9th, Game 5. San Francisco on top. 3-1, 2 outs away. Hard hit with right-hand Renteria. He may be the MVP. 2 out. Here it is. Struck him out. And for the first time since 1954, the Giants are world champions.
And now to one of the greatest pitching performances that I have ever seen, regular season or postseason. And a lot of baseball pundits will tell you that this is a top 5 pitching performance of all time in postseason history. To me, this is Tim's best game ever. This is Tim's most dominant game ever. This encompasses what Tim Lincecum was to my generation of people that watched baseball, of dominance. This was Jacob deGrom before Jacob deGrom. This was the second coming of Pedro Martinez. And keep in mind, this is the same night that Roy Halladay, may he rest in peace, Roy, we love you, we miss you, threw his no-hitter. He played for the Phillies. Tim Lincecum went out there on the mound and not only struck out 14 Braves, he had 26 swings and misses, gave up 1 walk, 2 hits, pitched 9 innings, all 9 of them, and threw 148 pitches. To this day, this is still the most dominant Tim Lincecum game that I have ever seen.
Yes. Becomes the 4th consecutive strikeout victim for Tim Lincecum. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strikes out the side, and 5 in a row. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Call strike 3, and low goes down. That is the 6th strikeout. And then Lincecum shut the door. And that's another 1-2-3 inning. So 9 in a row set down by Lincecum. No score in the middle of the 3rd. This loss from the Braves lineup. Swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove of Posey. And Conrad goes down for out number 2, strikeout number 7. And that's the 8th strikeout of the game for Lincecum. The strikeout king here in San Francisco. 9 sent down by Tim Lincecum. Strikes out on a fastball. In on the fist. 10th strikeout of the game for Lincecum. 1 out here in the 7th inning. 7 into this game. Reaching out. Grabbed by Lincecum. Flips the first for the 2nd out. As McCann goes to 3rd. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3, and Ankiel goes down. 11 strikeouts on the 100th pitch by Tim Lincecum. Lights out. Number 12. Doubled in the 1st inning, and 1 of them.
It makes me so sad that guys as dominant as Tim Lincecum get lost to time, get lost in the history of baseball, get lost in all these other people that come and go. And it just really makes me sad that he's underappreciated, undervalued, and underthought of out in the game. And this video was just to really shed some light on that and shed some light on him and the greatness and dominance of his career for the short, dominant stretch that he had. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I really do hope that y'all learned something, or maybe were reminded of how dominant he once was. Guys, if y'all haven't already, go ahead and hit the like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you did like this video, I have a bunch more I'm going to be coming out with like this. I do appreciate y'all all for supporting the channel. And hey, I just started a new Patreon page. If y'all would like to donate as little as $1 a month, really help me out, help the channel out. I'm trying to grow it, trying to do live streams, have people call in, fans call in and interact with me, get their takes, and we'll talk. But that's only possible if I can dump as much money as I can into the channel and get all that equipment, all that stuff to be able to do stuff like that. So if y'all do feel generous, that Patreon link is down in the description down below. And as always, guys, I appreciate y'all checking out the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Adios, mi amigos.